Hi there, and welcome to episode number 1 of Hiring is Hard, but it doesn't have to be, where today we're discussing hiring needs. But first, follow me on LinkedIn, like, comment on, and share this video for more engagement and better Q&A with other talent acquisition experts. Quick reminder that this educational series will be posted on LinkedIn at 9 a.m. Eastern on the first and third Wednesday of the month. And lastly, check out epatalent.com for more information about talent acquisition transformation. Okay, public service announcement is complete. Now, hiring needs. What dictates them? Who determines them? Where does it all start? And how do we know if we're starting out on the right track? To a lot of recruiters, hiring needs begin whenever someone tells them to start sourcing. Hurry now, go find me someone. You've heard it before. Hey, here's the job description. Let me know who you find. Hiring needs are determined for most companies way before the recruiting actually starts. Now, this is where I could go on a tangent and say that recruitment is a constant activity and that for key positions, it should be happening year round, but that's for another day. Hiring needs are not determined overnight. And for most companies, there is a specific policy and or procedure documented for how to initiate the hiring process. Now, for other companies, it's a lot of guesswork. It's a lot of go figure it out as they go. It's a lot of frustration usually. Now, depending on the size and the structure of your company, hiring needs are generated differently. But regardless of the industry, the employee count, hiring needs must be validated. So we'll talk about validation in a second, but before we even talk about hiring needs and how to validate them, we need to determine who is owning the recruitment process. If your company has an in-house talent acquisition specialist, then that's a good starting point. A talent acquisition specialist should always be owning the recruitment process. Why? Well, they're of course going to be the ones on the front lines for communication and conversation to the outside public. The talent acquisition specialist spends the bulk of their workday recruiting. They're the face of the organization. If your company does not have an in-house talent acquisition specialist, then someone must be appointed and confirmed to act as such. Recruitment requires a dedicated focus. Okay, so back to hiring need validation. Now that we have our talent acquisition specialist confirmed and locked in, we can begin the process known to the East Park Avenue clients as pre-recruiting. In a perfect world, the talent acquisition specialist is present and active while shaping the hiring need. If they're not involved, why not? So first things first, the vacancy. Why is the position open? Who's leaving and when? Has it been confirmed that they're leaving, or is it just a hunch? There's a big difference. Why does it need to be replaced? Or why is the position being created in the first place? If leadership can't confirm these items with 100% certainty, then you are certainly not recruiting for it yet. Number 2, succession plan. The easiest place to find talent is right under your nose. Who in the company could be a match? Who is ready for the step up? Who's been asking for a shift in responsibilities? Recruiting internally is far less complex and far less time consuming. All right, now number 3, approval. Now that we have 100% clarity to the vacancy, and we know that we have exhausted all of our potential internal employees and resources, next, we need to have approval. We need to have sign-off on the vacancy at the highest level of authority. We need to have confirmation of all things compensation, salary range, bonus, equity, profit sharing, etc. We need confirmation and documentation of the employee benefits. We need their eligibility and all the program details. We need to know the perks, the equipment that they get, the add-ons, the usual requests and unusual requests. We need to know if the company requires outstanding checks, background checks, drug screens, credit checks, etc. The reason these items are so important is because we don't want the talent acquisition specialist to start bringing outside people into the fold if they aren't equipped with knowledge of all the particulars. Imagine you ask for the soup of the day and the server at the restaurant doesn't know. It's not a good look, is it? I hope this gives you all some insight into how vital it is to have hiring needs fully validated prior to kicking off a recruiting campaign. I've seen companies put loads of time into recruiting for a position, then come to find that the position was filled with an internal employee, or the salary range that they've been quoting had not been approved by the leadership, or that perhaps a relocation package, a relocation bonus wasn't even offered, but they were talking to candidates about it. Look, hiring is hard, but it doesn't have to be if the hiring need is validated. Talk soon.